Hey guys, Matt here. This is round 2 of the Rode K2 tube swap. The last time I did the tube swap, the K2 was playing up, as I mentioned in one of my last videos. Had a lot of people view that old video of the tube swap. It's in the thousands now. I feel really bad. I've kind of deceived people. So my aim today is to basically swap in a Mullard. It's a NOS, it's from the 60s. Old Phillips tube valve, if you want to call it that. I got told off for that as well, calling it a tube. Just want to swap this in and do an actual comparison, because this one's had a brand new one put in by Rode, as I mentioned in my video where they went through and fixed it and cleaned it all up. So this is how it should be from the factory. It's not brand new, but it's close enough. You know, they've gone through and serviced it, new tube, made sure everything was happy. So it makes a lot more sense now for me to swap in this tube. This is a different tube to what I swapped in before. The old Mullard I swapped in met a very unfortunate death. The microphone was knocked over at one point and the tube didn't make it. So we had to give it a burial, a proper send-off. And that was that. So this one I've just had arrive, and I'm really keen to see how this one goes. I was looking around at the Telefunkens. I was looking around a few others like the Golden Lion, I think it is, and even like the Telefunken, they're doing a new version of it. But after all my kind of research and looking at different prices and different options, I thought, no, you know what? I've had one of these before, the old 60s Mullard. I liked it. Even though the mic wasn't quite right, I did like it. So, and I noticed it did make enough of a difference. So I'm really curious to know how this one will go in the mic now that the mic's behaving itself. And, you know, it wasn't too expensive. Even shipping in from France, I think maybe ended up about 50 or 60 Australian dollars all up. So not too bad at all. It's been tested. Apparently it's great. I hope it's great. We're going to find out very soon. So let me swap this thing in and let's see how it's going to go. Okay, so it's in there now. It's the RTC ECC 189 is written there, and then it's got B6J4 down here. I think it's either 64 or 66 from memory. What I did realize though is, of course, I need to burn this thing in. So I'm just going to leave it maybe a day. So I might finish this video tomorrow or the next day. I'll report back in and you get to see how it sounds. So stay tuned. Here we go. Okay, so it's been 24 hours since I put the tube in. That's plenty of time for it to burn in. There's a couple of things that I've noticed straight away from listening to my audio from yesterday and what I'm getting in my headphones right now. It seems to have tamed that top end just a little bit, got rid of some of that brittleness that you hear. A lot of people complain about that with the K2 and the NTK. I think it's definitely helped a little bit of that, so that's nice. Still quite bright, obviously, but seems to have just pulled that down just a tiny smidge. And seems to have a little bit more body, a little bit more weight to it. Not really sure. That's just a first impression. I'm going to go back and forth and have a proper listen later once I'm editing this video, but you can do the same. Just flick back and forth and have a good listen. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. If you got any questions about it as well, let me know. If you want me to try it on other sources or with other preamps, let me know. Otherwise, you know, do I think this is a good investment? Absolutely. There's plenty of these kinds of tubes out there, the NOS tubes. There's plenty out there that, you know, they've been tested. They've got the right markings. They're a bit less of a gamble. You know, sometimes you don't know what you're getting. Even with these ones with the markings and the and being tested and testing well, you're still not 100% sure. But, you know, I think it's worth a shot. It's not a lot of money, so it's definitely worth a shot. If you're looking for something that is definitely going to work straight out of the box, you can check out the Golden Lion. The gold pin ones are meant to be quite nice. You can just drop those in. They're going to work straight away. They're a little bit more of a modern sound, apparently, but worth it if you're not really wanting a gamble on a tube purchase. So, yeah, check it out. Have a go of it. For me, I think the next step might be to put in a K12 capsule. I'm definitely tempted. kind of toying with the idea of getting a more expensive one and getting a cheaper Chinese one and just dropping them both in and having a bit of a comparison there. Funds will dictate whether that happens or not, but I'm curious to know whether it would change the sound much. There are people out there doing that swap into the NTK and the K2 with good results, so could be an option, something for me to think about. Speaking of capsule swaps, I've got a video coming up pretty soon. Swapped a K67 capsule, a Monheim capsule, into a Superlux microphone. I'm going to show the differences between those two, so that's coming up pretty soon. Otherwise, thanks for watching and see you next time.